What's up, world? Welcome to Brain Fog. I'm your host, Allie Gary, and coming to you live from the band room from Lexington, Kentucky, Wicked Peace.
What did it start with? I can't muster what you said. We won't get far with that kind of bounty on my head. And I've got problems the whole world is partial to. Can't go on it. I'll just fall apart on you. I don't wanna see that rosy red if it'll soon turn gray. I don't wanna take this road ahead if it'll only change the sound. I'm turning around. The highway ain't always the right way, despite what the miles say. The wrong way ain't always the wrong way, despite what the songs say. It's always the wrong way back to you. I didn't promise an evergreen existence with an armrest. That must have been something you missed back when you promised. You see, the words you couldn't keep, they kept me honest. Now they keep me on my feet, but I don't wanna be some kind of clown if I am always blue. I don't wanna keep this fire around if it is only burning through my memory. The highway ain't always the right way, despite what the miles say. Oh, the wrong way ain't always the wrong way, despite what the songs say. It's always the wrong way back to you. I don't want to feel like giving up the minute that I wait, but I never feel I'm living up to any choice I make. I don't want to be the smile right before the fade to black. I don't want to be the mile right before you're fine with where you're at. Ain't always the right way, despite what the miles say. Yeah, that's why I'm taking the wrong way. It ain't always the wrong way, despite what the songs say. It's always the wrong way back to you.
Awesome, guys. I love that. How are you guys feeling?
Feels good.
Feels good?
Yeah, it's fun.
Feels
Been
so
a
good to
while.
be with friends.
It's been a while?
Yeah.
It has been a while. So tell me, go around and tell me your all's name.
Yeah, I'm Jared Davis, play bass.
I'm Amanda Turner.
Tanner Blevins.
Patrick Brumback.
Matt Holleran.
Matt Holland.
Now, with Halloween coming up, can you guys tell me, out of what was your all's favorite Halloween costume ever?
Man.
I know mine immediately. Me and my husband dressed up as Jareth, the Goblin King from Labyrinth.
Awesome.
Both Jareth.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I was Scorpion from Mortal Kombat when I was a kid. That was a pretty classic. That's what sticks out to me. Because, I mean, who doesn't want to be Scorpion from Mortal Kombat?
I was a cow once, a baby shark once. Not the baby shark.
One time you were a
predate.
sheet ghost.
I was a sheet ghost. She
That
ghost.
was
That was
good.
funny.
She
was
ghost.
good.
I'm gonna say Walter White though, because I had a bald cap on, and I got to shave into a mustache.
I can't think of what my favorite one was. I've never been good at Halloween costumes, but my absolute most crowd pleasing one has been just a banana costume. That always goes over well.
True.
I never really celebrated Halloween growing up, but I am going to be Qui-Gon Jinn this year, so that's already my favorite.
There you go. You got to make up for all of the ones that you weren't doing it. Killer. So tell me, where did your all's name come from?
The name Wicked Peace has a very storied history. One of our best friends, collective best friends, like if the band as a unit had friends, Scott would be like one of the top. So his name's Scott, our old buddy. I grew up with him. We went to college together. He was never in the band, but he was like a big name the band guy kind of energy. So we were like all sitting around spitballing names, and he just started yelling random words like that didn't even make any sense at all. Like, I don't know even if they were words. And then out of nowhere, he randomly goes, "Wicked Peace." And we're like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. He claims that he said the stupid words to make, because he always wanted it to be Wicked Peace. And he knew if he said a bunch of stupid ones, then when he finally said that, we'd be excited. So that's what he says. You know,
It worked.
it did work. Here we are, X amount of years later.
And how did you guys meet and get together? How did the band form?
That's a real story. So there was the original incarnation of Wicked Peace with this great guy Chad playing bass, and Logan on drums, and around the time that there was some personnel change, Tanner and Pat, we both went. All three of us went to Moorhead together. Actually, all of us went to Moorhead. But they saw me playing at a basketball game at Moorhead because I was playing with the MSU basketball band, and I was just jamming out, having a lot of fun because why not? I'm getting paid like $20 for 4 hours of like playing tunes. But after they saw me, they were like, "Man, we want to jam with that guy." And ironically, I was also feeling that with them because I'd seen Tanner at another center around called the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music. And he just had this energy, this presence about him. I was like, man, I want to jam with that guy. And so it just kind of, I just got pulled in eventually.
And then we stole Matt. Matt was kind of like, this was kind of our dream band, like us three. You know, there was one time, like we always, if we just like, "Man, I wish we had Matt on the drums," and like Jared was in for a while and then he moved, and we're like, "Man, I wish we had Jared back." And then there was this one moment where we all three were like, "This is like the dream band. We're playing tonight. Like this, we have a show. Like we haven't seen Jared in a while, and then this is our dream band show, and then now that's the band." So
There was a rotating cast for a little while there.
for sure.
It was a rotating cast for a little while, but now it's been like 3.5 years now where this has been the group, and I don't really see it changing.
That sounds crazy.
So you made all their dreams come true.
Somewhat.
I'm their fantasy.
It's true.
One word for it.
Who's your all's influences?
Taylor Swift.
I mean,
Love her. Singer, songwriter, guitar player.
yeah.
She's
Mine
my
too.
Number one. They all love her too. So
Nah. I don't.
I mean, she is like the epic songwriter of all time,
I
right?
don't have a problem with Taylor Swift. but
She's growing on me.
None of us probably like anybody as much as Amanda likes Taylor Swift, so we can stick with that. I don't even know what to say to this question anymore. You guys can
hop in.
My background is really wild. I first got into music playing tuba, and so for like many years I was like classical, like orchestral and wind band stuff, and I loved like Stravinsky and oh no, I'm forgetting all my wind band composers, but I love the like 20th. I know. Pachelbel broke, but I love like just a classical genre. But then after that, I started to get in jazz and like Coltrane and Miles Davis, like those names. But also some like Pat Metheny. Just as farther out as I got into this music, it just started to grow on me. But then in college, like when I started playing with these guys, my ears started to turn more towards like rock and pop, and I've always loved the 90s grunge bands like Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains. So eclectic? Question mark?
2 questions mark.
I think as a band, our influences come from, I'll start over. We've all got different influences, so I think as a band, that's kind of how we draw our sound. Is like Matt is a heavier metal kind of guy, alternative rock, heavy double kick drum stuff, and I kind of like folky stuff. Tanner's Oasis, Beatles, and he loves Taylor Swift. You know Amanda's already, and then Jared said his. So I think we're lucky that we can all pull from somewhere else and still hopefully get it to work in a song.
Put it all in a blender and mix it together.
Yep.
Very true.
So tell me your all's songwriting method.
Chaos. No.
Like your creative process, your main inspiration of how you all like write your music.
Typically, I mean, in the past, me or Amanda would come up with a song on the acoustic or whatever and bring it to the band when it's kind of fully fleshed out, and then we would kind of just jam on it and start playing it live and then just kind of write it that way. But recently we've started writing more songs from like the ground up as a band. It's been really fun. We've done a couple that way, or even just like the ideas that we had, fleshing them out like way more as a band versus just being like, all right, here's the idea, let's just do whatever we had in mind. Like, so we've kind of changed our process in the past, few, I guess maybe year. I don't know how long time is anymore, and we've been trying to like write more as a 5-headed beast than just one person kind of starting it and then like just jamming on it.
So I guess COVID has kind of helped you guys collaborate more as songwriters together as a full band?
I think so, yeah, because it wasn't something we dived into as much before. And I mean, now it just feels more like a concerted effort to do that, especially on things we've been working on. It's been all of us coming up with ideas, whether that's a rhythmic thing or a riff or whatever, more so than it was in the past.
I love that. Now it's more your all's actual like music as a band fully together, rather than someone's like, oh well, I kind of came up with this, what do you guys think of this? Now you guys are like, oh, we all love it together because you're writing it together. So that's awesome.
We used to write like our last album, we wrote a lot of it in the recording studio. Like me and Jared might lay down the guitar and bass before Matt had even heard the song or Man had even heard the song. And then what we realized when we got done with that record was that we didn't know any of the songs. Like, we couldn't play them live because we never learned them. We just did them that one time. So now we're trying to be like, when we record, we know the parts, exactly how we want to do it, instead of doing it like that kind of Build-A-Bear workshop style.
Doing it the way we did it before made it so there's so many things that you go back
and listen to, and you're like, we do this now.
Yeah.
I wish we did this on the record. So now this is like, we're not letting that happen this time. So
makes
it's a lot more fun too. So
Yeah.
That's actually a good point. I guess another part of our writing process that I find fascinating is there's an element of chance in it. Sometimes things just happen when we're jamming stuff, and sometimes those things that happen are just so powerful that they become part of the song. Like in our last record, Vomit, there's a part where Matt and I do this just offbeat rhythm together, and that was totally it just appeared whenever we laid down the scratch track. There was no like planning, no even like visual communication. Like we just felt it happen, and then it became like a deep part of the song. And
the
that's
best part of the song.
my favorite part.
Yeah, it's my
And-
favorite part to play now.
So we play around with like our personal muse, and then like the group muse that sometimes decides like it wants something to happen.
Yeah. You all vibing together,
Yeah.
reading each other's minds. Like, oh, if I start doing this, he's gonna know. He's
Yeah.
gonna pick up on this.
For sure.
At least I hope.
It doesn't always work.
Telepathic.
Yeah.
So what is your all's vibe, would you say?
A vibe.
A vibe.
We're a
for
vibe.
sure.
I don't know. We try
Wicked, right?
That's it. Half wicked, half peace.
I've been like having conversations with like meeting new people and like talking about this band, and what I say is just like we all just love each other and we're just like the best of friends. Like I trust all these people. I mean, this is my sister. I don't know if I said that earlier, and we've known each other for a really long time, and so it's just like it just feels like a part of my life. No matter what happens, like we're just gonna probably always just be playing music together because we just have this kind of thing that we just like being around each other, and we all get along really well. So that's the vibe. Love. LUV.
How sweet.
His whole Beatles with the love, you know.
That might be part of it.
That was a good answer out of nowhere. I'm proud of you for that one.
Well, I mean, that's the bands that last forever are the ones that call each other family and feel like they are, the family. So,
Yeah.
I totally.
I can't imagine just not like having a group chat with these people and being like, "Hey, you going to jam?" Even if we haven't jammed in a couple weeks or months, just be like, "Hey, let's jam this week." And everybody's like, "Okay, cool." Like, I can't imagine that not being a thing. So, I think that's
He's taking you guys to his grave.
probably
That's
Yeah.
fine.
most, at least this one for sure, because we're bound by blood. But everyone else feels that way too. So,
I love it. Well, I want to hear some more of your all's music, all right? Let's get to it.
Oh yeah.
Cool.